Good evening, everyone. I'm the shorter, more normal Tim Tebow.
And I'm Terry Bradshaw. We're rolling right along with the Call It a Night pre-show. We have just received word that Julie Stewart-Binks is in the building. We go live to the hallway, and there she is.
You know, Julie's really been living up to the hype this last month. There has been reports she's feeling the effects of a cold, but she looks all business today.
Here she comes now, and wait a second. She's missed the door. She's walking past the studio.
Yeah, that's very strange. Let's keep following her here.
Okay, now she's near the elevator and looks confused. She realizes she's lost.
Oh, but back on track, though. She's heading in right to the... No, she missed it again. She's headed to the bathroom. Oh, maybe it's a bathroom break.
Maybe it's a bathroom break. No, nope, she's turned around again and looks like she's in a WeWork. I thought those places were closing.
This is insane.
Well, her mind is probably elsewhere, focused on the show and running jokes in her head.
Good point. Hold on. Well, we're getting word we have eyes on her again. Let's go back live, and she's outside? She's literally outside. How does that happen? Nobody stopped her?
What on earth is she doing? She appears to be heading north on 42nd Street. Wow, this does not bode well for the show tonight.
No, it does not. And oh my, Dan, we just received word that we've completely lost contact with Julie.
Well, my only hope is that she's safe. Julie, if you're out there, Godspeed.
What the f is going on in here? This isn't even plugged in.
Back to you in the studio.
Happy Thursday and welcome on into Call It a Night, the sports show that is evidently bad with directions. I'm your host, Julie Stewart-Binks, and today we are so excited to have a New York broadcast veteran, Fox 5 sports anchor, Good Day New York reporter, my friend Tina Cervasio. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hi, Jules.
I know you've been up for a million hours already.
Yes. Powering through, Christmas partying right into the morning news show.
That is a skill in itself.
Thank you.
What is your tip for that?
Lots of caffeine. Sometimes it requires intravenous.
Oh, yeah. That's the kind of stuff I like. All right, we're going to be getting the scoop on Tina's illustrious career, what she thinks of the dumpster fire that is most New York sports teams, not all. And since it's the holidays, we will get festive with a bit of gift giving. But first, let's dive into tonight's headlines. New Orleans quarterback Drew Brees set the record for all-time touchdown passes in Monday's game against the Colts. The previous record for successful throws in New Orleans was Gronk throwing Mardi Gras beads. I mean, everyone loves Mardi Gras, and it's fun.
It's true.
Yeah, all right. Well, Baylor football used a video featuring Muppets to announce their 2020 recruiting class. The success of the video has inspired other playful announcements on the team, like using the guy from the Operation board game to list the injury report and Wolverine to cut players. No. Yeah, that'd be a little dicey.
Ouch.
What awesome. Yeah.
Ouch.
At the PDC World Championship on Tuesday, Fallon Sherrick became the first female darts player to beat a man in front of a sellout crowd. But even more shocking was proof that people pay to watch darts. Like, that it's televised as well? I mean, huge. Yeah, I know. But, you know, who knew? Obviously, many people. The Albright Knox Art Gallery in Buffalo hung up a tweet featuring a selfie of Josh Allen with a fan from after the Bills game last weekend. To get to the exhibit, you must head to the second floor and then leap through a table to see it. Bills Mafia joke, you know, yeah. Brain damage, concussion, CTE, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Whole mixed bag.
It happens.
Yeah. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady was left off the Pro Bowl roster for the first time in 11 years. When asked, Brady said he's not sure if he'll watch the game, but he'll definitely have someone film it for him.
Oh, yes, he will.
Yeah, he will. He will. Bill Belichick will want that tape. The New York Jets have 6 players going to Orlando. Actually, they have only one in the Pro Bowl, Jamal Adams. The other 5 are just going to drink around the world.
I did that last week.
You did? Last week?
Like 2 weeks ago. Like,
wow.
Yeah, did you check the IG?
What did you think?
It was fun. We had to take a break and had tea in Japan. Actually, it was in China, so we skipped to tea.
Did you have any Molsons in Canada? Or?
We did. We shared one of those, and we shared, that's what it was. We had to share the Molson in Canada.
share it.
good.
It's very Canadian. It's perfect.
It was good. Good times. Good
That's
times.
great. Well, that's the headlines, guys, and print it. All right, we're rocking and rolling. It's the best time of the year to gather around the fire for story time. That's what we're gonna do next with Tina. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Call It a Night. I'm JSB, and we've got veteran sports broadcaster Tina Cervasio here on the couch with us. And a quick anecdote, we actually met at an audition for a job we won't discuss right now because I'm not sure if you've even told anyone about that. But I found it so funny when I first met you and you said, oh, you know what, where are you coming from?
Yeah.
You know, where are you from? I'm like, Canada. And then you're like, no, I know Hazel May, broadcaster from Canada. Where in Canada?
Like, where are you working?
Yeah, and I was
where
like,
do you live?
CTV Regina. And I remember it was like at that moment, it was like realized that's in the middle of nowhere.
Where is that again?
Yeah.
But that was so funny. It was early in the morning, that audition.
Well, yeah, we had to go out at like 6 a.m.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
that was a good
But we were
one.
both
That's a long
like
time
we were both
ago.
dressed like in the same outfits. I
We
remember.
did. We had a similar dress. It was like
You
like
had
a
red and I had blue. I
and
remember.
had like they were like angled, you know, with the
Yeah.
asymmetrical look. Yeah.
And then, you know, the rest is history. Now we are talking
each other.
on TV together.
Yes,
great. And speaking of talking on TV, you have become synonymous with New York sports. You've covered pretty much everything in the city, worked at so many different places.
Yeah.
Right now, after doing so much, like what are storylines or things that you're interested in that are going on in sports right now?
You know, sometimes it's not always like the big storyline. I'm not necessarily interested in it. And I'll tell you what, with the Garrett Cole announcement with the Yankees the other day, it's so much money for a pitcher that doesn't have to work. Now, he does work every day. Don't get me wrong. You know, he's got to throw his sides in the bullpen, but he doesn't play every day. It was just, and there was like a little part of me, because speaking of New York, I covered the Red Sox actually for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
So I spent 2 years in Boston. But just knowing, like being one-on-one with a baseball team, you know, from pitchers and catchers right through a World Series parade.
Right.
I was a little like, I don't know, jaded about it. I'm like, oh, another like overpaid athlete. But I was so impressed by his press conference.
Oh, it was
with his
very
family,
impressive.
and then bringing the sign that he had at the 2001 World Series as like a little kid, like a little nerdy Yankees fan that was growing up in California. I thought it was cool, neat touch. It's legitimately the sign. I mean, you can
Yes,
see the
it is,
letters
it is.
peeling. It was faded. I can't believe like Twitter went all like hater on him with that.
Yeah, everyone
So
thought
then
it
I
was
like,
fake, which was like,
I
no, he's
know.
just a hoarder. That's all. You know?
So, yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, the dad is. He
The
kind of
dad,
put it off
yeah.
on his dad. My dad had it for 18 years. But so that's cool. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see what Cole can do. And I would like to cover a championship. I mean,
Yeah, it's been a while.
yeah, and there's been some rough situations with these teams lately. At least the Yanks, you know, we're in the postseason last.
So you mentioned the Red Sox. You covered them winning the championship. As a New Yorker, what's that like, first of all, professionally, but also personally?
I mean, professionally, for me, I think at that point in my career, I was done with the whole fandom thing. And I was a Mets fan growing up.
Okay.
I mean, I remember watching the Mets in the World Series in '86 is when I really started to learn about baseball and pitches, and Ron Darling may have been my first crush. So, like, stuff like that. But I also watched the Red Sox closely, too, and that was, you know, Clemens was this fastball pitcher. So, but everybody thought I was a Yankees fan. They just assumed I was because I was
course.
from New York, and I talked fast. I was like, no, I like the Mets. And I was like, but then I was like, but
They're like, no one likes the Mets.
but I was
Why
like,
would
yeah,
you
I was
do
like,
that?
but the Mets beat them in the World Series. Maybe I shouldn't say it. So it was really, I was very insecure for the first few months. It was tough, you know, what they call the people from Massachusetts. It's a real deal.
Yeah, I know. We've got a jerk over here, our head writer.
Yes, your Red Sox hat. There it
The Red
is.
Sox hat
Oh,
every
my
day,
gosh.
even though we tell them not to.
So funny.
But other sports, the Knicks, you covered them from 08 to 2015.
Yes.
Part of a rebuild, also part of the Carmelo Anthony era. What stands out as sort of the memories of that time?
12-13 season was awesome. I mean, they won 54 games, and that's when like Melo and Carmelo Anthony. Oh my God, I need my coffee. I have been up since 4:30.
And
3:30
she was at a
this
Christmas
morning.
party last
Yeah.
night too. So
Mari
veteran.
Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler, they were kind of the big three. They weren't always playing together at the same time. And then right when the postseason started, Chandler gets hurt. He hurt, you know, it's like broke something in his neck. Carmelo and Amari were playing great, but everybody else faded out. I mean, Jason Kidd went from like, playing like he's 30 to like 55. J.R. Smith couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I mean, that team could have made it to the finals. It was such a fun season. Had a couple of old Knicks coming back that I watched growing up, like Marcus Camby. So it was really like that was a really good time. I mean, and then my last season that I covered, then they won 17 games. So,
yeah,
it's a little.
And that's probably going to happen again this
Yeah,
year. So when you were there last, like in 2015, now it's 2019, could you have ever foreshadowed that it'd still be a pretty difficult time?
No, I never thought it would keep going like this. And how many coaches they've gone through. I mean, I was there when it was Derek Fisher, and then the following year, he was let go, and Jeff Hornacek came. I mean, I can't believe the turnover. And I think that's the biggest thing, the consistency. So it's I mean, and I still love the Knicks. Like, I still wear my garb. Like, I just feel like someday they'll win again or get close. When's it gonna happen?
I don't know. I mean, I know what it's like to win a championship as a Toronto Raptors fan.
Oh, yes, you know what it's like.
But speaking of NBA, you were the first lead analyst on SiriusXM as a woman. Female host on SiriusXM NBA radio. And you've interviewed so many different NBA players. Like, who stands out as some of your favorites to talk to?
Well, Amari was always my favorite because he always came like ready for an interview. He would say some outlandish stuff a lot of times, use like crazy big words. Phenomenal was his favorite word. So he was always fun. I loved interviewing. Jason Kidd was always interesting, even before he came to the Knicks. I mean, because he's just, his IQ about the game, that's what made him a Hall of Famer and all that stuff. Just real, I mean, he would really break down a game. Steve Nash was great. Steve, I mean, I could talk, Canadian.
Love Steve Nash, yeah. Of course.
Could talk to him for hours, and then it would sometimes go into a soccer conversation, and they'd be in my ear, they'd be like, throwback.
They're like, stop talking about that sport.
Yeah, like, why are you talking about that? Right? I'd be like, and Steve, you bought a soccer team, you know? Like, and it would just, we would have a conversation. Who else was good? Now, I went to Maryland when they were in the ACC, so I hated Duke.
Okay.
And Carolina as well out there. But man, I'll never forget J.J. Redick. I was like, you know, everybody hates J.J. That was like our whole thing at Maryland. And I interviewed him, and he made sure he knew my name. He's like, well, Tina. And he's giving me this great interview, and thank you, Tina. I'm like, oh my God, that was like such a great interview. I can't hate J.J. So those are kind of some experiences. And I just interviewed Taj Gibson the other day, now at the Knicks. Awesome interview. We went back to his old hood, Fort Greene, Brooklyn. He refurbished a basketball court. I really didn't know him well. Like, I've interviewed him a few times, like after like the Bulls would beat the Knicks back in the day. We had such a great conversation. So I don't know. I love NBA players.
Yeah, it's
they're
great
good
when you can
combos.
just like get them out of the court and go to their houses, do the different stories. Because I've seen you've done a lot of features in sort of a different realm that way. You've also done a lot of charity work too, and more so than really any other on-air person I've seen. Yeah, when I was just going through all your
like what's around.
Yeah, but so, I mean, what are some of the causes that are close to your heart that you really want to, that you get involved with?
Let's see. Well, I'm working with now, you know, sometimes a lot of what happens is I'll do a story on it, or like a player will be like, and they want to like plug their charity, and then like I'll like get involved. Be like, oh, when's your event? Oh, I'll come. Or oh, do they need an MC? Like just to kind of give back in that capacity. Encourage Kids is one of them. I've been doing a few stories on them. They work with, you know, the whole hospital experience, like just making kids that are in the hospital a better experience. And then they also counsel the parents, which get a little verklempt when you hear that. And then I worked with Garden Dreams for so many years at MSG at Madison Square Garden. So I ran a few marathons for them there. I mean, everything from like, you know, you go see these kids in hospitals dealing with I don't want to talk about it.
It's really difficult.
Like,
but it's good that you're doing that kind of work, and you know it means a lot to them. And speaking of running marathons, I saw you at the 5K. You were,
oh my God, that's right.
I was working and then running a 5K.
So you know what my biggest fail was that day, and I had like a good time in my race? I thought I was filming you when I was coming across the finish line.
I was cheering you on at the end. And
I never pressed
me, Anson Carter, and Mike Richter were cheering on Tina because we sure were not running a 5K, especially in that cold.
It was my excuse to get my workout in the morning.
I know. Well, you are everywhere. Thank you so much for telling us about everything. We have so much more to go with Tina. And in the spirit of her generous nature, we're going to find out what the gifts that New York sports teams really need this year with our letters to Santa. Don't miss it. welcome on back in to Call It a Night. Why wouldn't I be wearing candy canes on my head? I'm JSB. We are obviously here with Fox 5 Sports anchor Tina Cervasio. And Tina, we have a little surprise for you. Since, we're just down the block from the post office, we sent our PA, Danielle Garnes, to commit a felony and steal the Santa letters from New York sports teams. So we get to break some news right now.
Ooh.
We're going to read these letters and find out what they're asking Santa for Christmas. Ooh, naughty list.
I know.
All right,
naughty
first
list.
up, let's see what the New York Knicks are asking Santa for Christmas.
I think all of these sports teams need penmanship lessons
Yes.
for Christmas.
a child wrote these and is employed by every team.
All right, so
Okay.
this is, I'm breaking, is this part of the
Yeah.
felony? Dear Santa, this year we'd like to do so badly we finally get the #1 draft pick. Love the Knicks. They could finish the season with 5 wins, but even last year, it's the lottery. It doesn't matter, kids.
Knicks, you can't tank.
No, you can't.
And we know that, unless the envelope is cold, you're not getting the #1 pick.
This is
Yeah.
rather warm,
I
so
think
this
you
is not a
guys-
cold one.
Yeah, you should ask for an excavator to come in and just take James Dolan out and then put him out and be gone
I thought you were gonna say something about the letters.
and take out everyone else. What do you think? What do you think they should ask for, the Knicks?
What do I think they should ask for? Giannis Antetokounmpo. Free agent, baby.
It's great.
Have a little Greek Christmas.
Yeah, I mean that's #1 on the list. Okay, moving across town to the Nets. What do you think the Brooklyn Nets are asking Santa for Christmas?
Yes. All right, be nice if I can open these faster. Okay, dear Santa, this year we'd like a healthy KD and Kyrie. Love the Nets. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They
Yeah,
knew they were
they
getting a little, little KD with the sickliness, but
Yeah, they knew they were
Kyrie,
gonna-
man. Healthy.
Yeah, it's
that's
tough.
that's hopefully Santa
I
gives
think
that
they
to
could
them.
use a couple
colors
to paint the court because it's
very
gray.
gray.
Just just add a little Christmas spirit, as well as maybe one of those screen time caps for Kevin Durant, so it's not on a burner account all the time. Maybe ask for a little confidence too, as well.
Meanwhile, they're winning without them,
Yeah.
so maybe we shouldn't get these too healthy.
Yeah, what do you
They're
think?
winning
What do you think
without
the
them.
Nets should ask for?
Yeah, I know. Ask for something. They're winning without them. I think they should ask for.
What they want?
What did they want?
Oh, I thought you knew.
Oh, no, I don't know. Because that was good, but now I'm taking it back because they're winning
Okay.
without them.
All right, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
They don't need a gift this
Christmas.
year.
Well, I know who does need something. The Mets. You're a fan of this team, you told us.
Yes.
So what do you think they're asking, or what are they asking Santa for?
Okay, they're asking, Dear Santa, this year we'd like a bottomless checkbook to finally buy some good players. Thank you for the polar bear last year. Love the Mets. Oh, they're so grateful.
Yes, Pete Alonso.
Oh,
They
Pete
are happy.
Alonso. Bottomless checkbook. That's a pretty good one. The problem is, I think they should ask for an owner that'll open and write
Open it,
those
yeah, and a
checks.
pen as well.
Yes.
Right. They
So
kind of-
that they have to be a little more specific
Yeah.
because this new guy, Steve Cohen, he's billions is based on him.
Yeah, it is. The show is based on.
Based on, well, it's kind of like a collaboration of 3 billionaires, but he's one of, what's
Well,
the
that's
characters
so
based
good
on.
then.
But they need the pen and the open checkbook, so you got to be specific,
Yeah.
Mets.
Well, I just watched A Muppet Christmas Carol, and I think that the Wilpons need to visit the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, and then they'll be able to give Tiny Tim an incredible year and Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
music, there should be Tiny Tim music there.
Muppet Christmas Carol classic. Okay. Well, what do the Giants need for Christmas?
I actually asked Daniel Jones this question yesterday.
Oh,
It was very vanilla, the answer.
well, we'll have to get the answer.
Oh my gosh, I see his name. Okay, Dear Santa, this year we'd like an offensive line to protect Daniel Jones. Love the Giants. Yeah.
And what did Daniel Jones say?
Daniel
when you
Jones
asked him?
asked to win out the season with their last 2 games.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is.
What a little boy.
so nice.
Asking
so nice.
Sandy for that.
What do you think the Giants should ask for Christmas?
Maybe a clue, just any clue that can help them, like the game clue even might be more interesting.
Oh, the game clue. That would be fun.
Yeah, something.
They have they have a big not checkerboard. What's the Connect 4?
They do.
In their
Locker
locker
room?
room. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's a
So
great
they don't
game.
need games.
Yeah, well, hopefully they're successful at that, at the very least. Okay, the
All right.
Jets.
Ah, the Jets.
Oh, what are the Jets asking for Christmas?
See. All right. Dear Santa, this year we don't want any presents. Just please keep the mistletoe away from Sam Darnold.
Oh,
Love the Jets.
what a guy.
You know, I feel bad for kissing Sam because
Wait, did you kiss Sam?
No, that didn't sound like that. That sounded like that.
You're the one. This is a culprit.
That was like that's his name, kissing Sam. Because has anyone heard of Broadway Joe?
Wouldn't that be amazing? You're like, I feel bad for kissing Sam because he got
so
mine.
funny.
Like,
I felt
I heard it here first.
I mean, first of all, I was tired a few months ago. They wanted to check me for mono, so it doesn't mean. And I've been married for 15 years.
I think you're giving a lot of clues out to us here, right? Tina,
So-
New York sports veteran.
I feel bad for Sam.
Yeah,
I'll just call him
same.
that. Because, I mean, have people not heard of Broadway Joe? Like, I think he kissed a few girls.
Yeah, and yeah, it's we don't condone kissing anyone on the show.
Yeah.
But what do you think? What do you think they need, other than also an O-line?
That's true. They need that run game, man. They've got Le'Veon.
Yeah, Le'Veon, they need to
So,
step
yeah,
it up.
I think they don't want any presents, but for Adam Gase to call some run plays.
Yeah,
kind
Adam
of
Gase to
boring,
just
but
do
that's-
really
yeah.
anything at this
Or if you
point.
run plays.
New coach, maybe some people. Okay, let's move on. Last one, the Yankees.
Who have everything.
Yeah, they have everything.
They really
What do you
need more
think?
gifts. All right,
Yeah.
let's see what they asked for. Wonder who wrote this. All right, dear Santa, we wanted coal but couldn't wait, so we bought it ourselves.
Oh.
Bah humbug, the Yankees. That's so
They are the
Yankees.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
You know what I think they could use is, because they have everything, is maybe a trash can to like help Cole feel more at home.
Oh no!
What do you think?
What do they need? I probably, because they got their, I was gonna do, they've got a little coal in their stocking. Yeah, bah humbug,
Maybe like
Yankees.
Giancarlo Stanton to do something too.
I know that one.
Yeah, maybe everyone to not be injured next year too.
That didn't hurt them this year.
Maybe win a World Series in
That's what I think.
less than a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First World Series in the new decade.
Yeah,
They need a
okay.
World Series in the new decade. Because
Perfect.
they went a full decade without one.
They did. Well, you're a very nice Santa here. I'm just a capital J
Lame-o
jerk, but
Santa.
That's okay. I'm Canadian. I can get away with it. All right, that is awesome. Too bad Santa can't visit the Rangers and give them some net front presents. We aren't going anywhere. We'll be back after this.
That's right.
Hey, we're cruising along here on Call It a Night, but before you do just that, make sure you follow us for exclusive content like more New York moments with Tina Cervasio at Fubo Sports on Twitter, and you can also find full episodes of all the Fubo Sports Network shows for a limited time only if you subscribe to our Fubo Sports YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget you can stream us free 24/7 at fubosportsnetwork.com. All right, Tina, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us
for
here.
having me, Julie. I'm so
I know you're
excited.
always so busy with a million different things, but what are you up to next? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Fox 5 every Sunday night. I host Sports Extra at 10:30 p.m. It's also streaming on fox5ny.com. And then, of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and some Monday mornings, I'm on Good Day New York. Starting at, they start 4:30. I start 6:30.
Oh,
yes.
man.
But Sunday night, 10:30. That's the big show. We have a lot of cool sports guests. Taj Gibson piece is on this Sunday.
Okay, awesome.
What else do we
Giant
have
stuff.
coming up? Lots
and
of
for at least
Giants.
one more week.
Well, yes. Giants on Fox 5 Saturday at 5 p.m. A lot of fives.
Got it. Awesome stuff, Tina. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you tune in to Drinks with Binks Friday, 8 p.m. for our special guest, multi-platinum recording artist, Jason Derulo.
Hey now.
But for now, we're going to have to call it a night. And however you may be calling your night, make sure it is a good one.